Shalom, shalom wa ahaba, mishpachah, shalom wa ahaba. Peace and love, family, peace and love. I want to say shalom to the whole house of Yasharel, all 12 tribes scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, to wherever we've been driven to the lands of our captivity. I also want to say shalom to the sojourners, the Gentiles, and the foreigners, and all those who give thanks, honor, and praises to the Elohim, or God of the Bible, and his only begotten Son, Yahushua HaMashiach, to whom many of you refer to as Christ. Hallelujah. Mishpachah, I want to talk about what many of us should have learned from the recent results of the latest presidential election that happened here in these divided states of wickedness. And one thing that we should all pull from this in the so-called black community is we need to start asking ourselves, are our so-called black leaders incompetent, unqualified, or corrupt, Mishpachah? Because it has to be one or the other. Because when you see so many of our people actually shocked that the American public voted against everything going on over there in that Marxist, socialist, communist, Democratic Party, it lets me know that our community is being improperly led. You understand that, Mr. Picard? And that's politically as well as religiously or spiritually. You know what I'm saying? And that falls in line with me having to tell you that many of our leaders may be talented in certain things like religion or so-called blackness, but they are not as well put together when it comes to politics. Because for these men and women to be leading you down the path of this destruction that the Democratic Party is leading you to, it utterly proves that these people are not qualified to stand before us and guide us anywhere. You see what I'm saying? Because when it comes to politics, there's an old saying that we say in the world of history or in the world of political science. It's about the economy, stupid. You see what I'm saying? If you want to know what wins elections, it's the economy. And when the economy is doing bad, the person that's in power more than likely is not going to win. You understand that, Mr. Picard? And for these men to have us voting against policies that help build up the stock market, which is going to help build up the economy for which you live in, then they got you shooting yourself in the foot. Now, much of what I got to say, if you a brother out there that's telling your people not to vote at all, then this doesn't apply to you. I understand where you coming from because there was a time in my life when I didn't believe in voting. I said, yo, it's two sides of the same bird. You know what I mean? Two wings of the same bird. Ain't nothing, it don't make no difference who you vote for. It ain't worth it. But let me tell you something. That right there changes when you start seeing people going too far one way or the other. Because when you have to live up under the laws that are established in a certain society, and then you choose not to participate in the politics of that society, then you have no right to complain. You understand that, Mr. Picard? You understand? And then don't tell me that by me voting, I'm placing some king over me because Donald Trump ain't the king of Israel. You see what I'm saying? I'm not placing no foreigner over the nation of Yasharel. I am currently in my captivity by way of the transatlantic slave trade. I am an American Israelite. And because I live in this society, it behooves me to pay attention to what's going on politically and socioeconomically. But if you do not feel that you have any play or any say-so in the politics of this country, then what I'm about to say does not apply to you. But for those who consider themselves in leadership positions, heads of household, or even heads of assemblies, congregations, and organizations, and you leading your people to vote for people that's causing the migrant crisis, which affects the jobs that come out of our community, then you ain't qualified. And if you are qualified, then you are corrupt. You see what I'm saying? Because we need to be voting for policies that's going to bring the manufacturing back. Because in order to solve crime, you got to deal with poverty first. So we need the American manufacturing to come back to America so that we have those factory jobs that used to exist within this country. So that when young men are coming out of high school who may not want to go to college or cannot afford to go to college, they have jobs there waiting for them that have decent, livable wages, retirement plans, as well as benefits, so that these men can be comfortable enough to start a family. And if you voting for people who are sending our jobs overseas, like the Democrats, like the communists, like the people who are against an American first attitude, then you ain't leading your people properly, Miss Bakar. You're not. And if you all about supporting people that's down with the lettuce, bacon, guacamole, tomato, and cucumber, the so-called LGBTQ, LMO, guacamole P, whatever they got going on, then you ain't leading your people properly, because that affects the black family. And everybody knows that you cannot build anything without a firm foundation. And the family, man, woman, and child, is the foundation of every community. So you cannot build a community without building the family. And if you going with those people who are promoting everything that goes against the family, then you leading your people improperly, Miss Bakar. You see what I'm saying? You voting against biblical values. So you playing with people's salvation, trying to get them to think that they can vote politically against what they believe, biblically. No, it don't work like that. You see what I'm saying? There's a separation of church and state in America. But there is no separation of church and state when it comes to the house of Yisrael. You see what I'm saying? So when you're dealing with the house of Yisrael, you do not go against what the Most High is dealing with. And if you out there voting for people, politics, and policies that go against what the Bible is telling you, you walk in a thin line. And people that's telling you to do that, they playing with your salvation, Miss Bakar. You see what I'm saying? The Democratic Party brought out Megan the male horse, who y'all call Megan the Stallion, brought out Beyonce, brought out Sexy Red, talking about we ain't gonna let nobody control what we doing with our coochies. You see what I'm saying? Full-blown harlots and whores. You want to know why? Because the Marxist communist system of education has brainwashed our women to thinking that they are above their men. And not only have they brainwashed the women to thinking that they are above the men, they have also brainwashed the women so that they are sexually barbaric. Because when I look at these women, that is barbarism. That is debauchery when I look at Megan Thee Stallion, Sexy Red, Glorilla, the City Girls, and all this other nonsense, Beyonce, that they promoting to our daughters. You know what I'm saying? Sexual barbarism. See what I'm saying? They want them fiscally independent. Because when you got a sexually barbaric woman who's fiscally independent, see what I'm saying, and then you teach her through feminism that she don't need no man, she's more likely to get more eliminations in the womb. You see what I'm saying? She's more likely to get rid of what she got in her womb. You see what I'm saying? She's more likely to go along with that abortion lifestyle. You understand that, Miss Bakar? So this is all a part of the plan. And if you somebody leading your people to put people that support these kind of things over them, you either unqualified, incompetent, or corrupt. And I lean more towards corrupt, because many of these people are very intelligent people, college educated people, but they educated fools and they sellouts, Miss Bakar. You see what I'm saying? Because when you start breaking down the black family, then you will start breaking down black people. And when they create an environment where they make our women weapons against themselves. You see what I'm saying? Sexually barbaric, fiscally independent. Ain't no well-standing man gonna be trying to deal with that foolishness in their household. And if you got women out here that's telling the men, so easily turned against the men, to say that, oh, you stupid for not voting Democrat for just no reason at all, voting blue no matter who, and you broke because you don't make $100,000 a year. Who is going to look at women like this like they marriable? You see what I mean? Thus breaking us down as a community and keeping us stagnant politically, socially, and economically in the lands of our captivity. So, Ms. Bakar, what we should have learned from this last election, where all your leaders was telling you to go out there and vote for that woman and shoot yourself in the foot politically. And then that woman, and they had you believing that woman even had a chance to become president. You should have learned that your leaders are either incompetent, unqualified, or corrupt. And with that, Ms. Bakar, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. And always remember to keep the fire burning. A little more oil in my lungs. Hallelujah, Ms. Bakar. Keep your eyes open. Stay prepared so that you don't have to get prepared. And remember that your redemption is near. Until we meet again, Ms. Bakar, Kumar Yasharel, Kam Yasha Allah, Raz Yisrael, Shalom, Shalom, Salam, Ms. Bakar. Hallelujah.